and this will be a column, kind of a neoclassical style, where we have these columns here and the top will fit up here. This is made out of elm, and the top will be made out of birch.
These are the plans for our base units to hold the columns. Nothing fancy, just the facts. These are the columns that were turned out of this elm for this table. We had 4 of those with the stretcher. We picked a nice featured grain on that piece, and those are the top stretchers. And then this is the lumber of the birch that we chose and milled those up to make a top. And then you get the top glued up, you're making progress.
So this is the top. We have it glued up and cut to size. Now all we have to do is go in and finish planing and sanding, get the top smooth, and then we're going to put a little OG edge treatment on this to kind of match that. And then we'll build this apron to give it a little more weight at the top. All right, here we are clamping up our bottom brace for our table to drill our holes for our columns.
This was actually a 2-person job, as one person operated the drill press and the other person with the new air duster continued to blow the chips out of the way so we could see what we were doing.
All right, so we got our table leg unit upside down on the workbench. Okay, so here are our column support. We'll have to put the stretcher in there, and then we've got the top up there, and that will attach to the underside of the table.
Because our drill press would only drill so deep into our footing, we had to trim the end of our posts about a saw blade kerf so it would fit. So here's a mock-up or dry fit of the base assembly, and we have a little sample piece for an apron that we have yet to build, and it'll go on the side. We're just trying to get some reference to see how it would look. Now we had all our holes drilled for our columns. We can assemble our base with the stretcher between the 2 bases and get it all glued up and ready for the next step, which would be epoxy in the legs.
All right, so here's our base. We glued up the bottom portions with epoxy to make sure it gets nice and tight. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll glue up the top piece.
This is what happens when you don't read the instructions for the epoxy. A failure. So now we had to re-glue it, and here's the re-glue. Now we begin the process of gluing the top braces on the legs. You'll notice the green tape we have around the edge of the lip of the legs. This is to prevent glue from leaking out and staining the legs because it would discolor it. So we're trying to prevent that, to have a nice clean look. I put glue into the cavities for the top braces to make sure that those will stick well to the legs. Slap them on, and then we get our stretcher, and we're just going to have a dry fit for it as we put our clamps on.
So now we got the top stretcher glued in. Now we're going to come in and cut our end pieces flush with the top braces. We're going to do that with a flush cut saw.
So I took my Japanese saw and my flush cut saw and started working on this 1-inch thick piece of cutoff, but it does make it a lot smoother when you take your time and get it done right. And then all it requires is a touch of sanding at the very end to get it nice and smooth out.
Okay, so we have our table base put together, but we have a little bit of rock in here. And we used our level to determine that it was off a bit. So this, with the foot up, seemed to be the levelest spot. So we're going to cut a little shim to add to this spot to be able to get our table to not rock.
On the bandsaw, I just cut the shim to size. So here's Bruce cutting a Roman OG on our tabletop. And so we're doing a treatment where you put the OG cut on both the top and the bottom to give it a special look. And you'll see that here in a bit.
So I'm cutting the apron. This is the end piece at 22 inches. And so we have these bevels that match the side pieces. Now we're going to cut the other opposite end piece. So I'm going to cut one of these off, and then I'm going to lay this on top to be able to get the precise length. So rather than trying to measure the exact length of this piece, all I'm going to do is lay it on top of here and mark it with a pencil, the exact length that I need. All right, so now I have this piece marked, and I'm going to put it up to my saw blade, and I want the kerf to be on that side of this angular line, so I put my tooth there, and I butt it right up next to the tooth, and make sure that that tooth is just almost touching this angular line. Those two pieces are exactly the same length.
When we glue up our apron, we're going to add these little corner blocks to give it extra support. This is the glue up of the corner of the apron using homemade clamps with wedges for pressure.
Okay, so let me start with this, and
A light coat of our Renaissance wax gives it a perfect finish for the top of the table.
so here we go. One nice altar table for a church. So this was a fun build. The bottom is built out of elm and the top is out of birch. We have a double OG top on our edge treatment. So if you like our video, give us a thumbs up. Found something interesting, you learned something, consider subscribing to the channel down below. And as usual, come back and see me real soon.